Alright, today's Saturday, December 22nd, 2018. Started working on this headliner project. The first thing was I took the bows out and put them all over here. Oh, here's the first one. So you want to number them because they do go back a certain way. So I got them numbered in the middle of all of them. I think there's 6 total. And then on the ends, I remembered which side was passenger and driver. For example, that's driver top, and this is passenger front. The reason why I did that is because there's 3 holes. You see the 3 holes, so passenger front would be that hole, passenger bottom, passenger top. So I'm going to put them back exactly how they went in. Here's my tack strip. Like I said, I doubled up and it fit in there good. That light is bright. Across the front and across the back, the tack strip was stapled, which that was quite a pain in the ass to get the staples out because it's steel staples stapled into sheet metal. So they're all rusted. So screwdriver and set of pliers, and about an hour later, I got all the staples out. So I'm gonna screw some tack strip into that. All across the back, I took it all out. And I'm gonna put all new tack strip. Same thing with the front. It was stapled. Out of here. Right here is where the tack strip goes. And it was sheet metal staples into the steel. And I pulled them all out, most of them, and then I'm going to screw in the new tack strip. And these screws right here, I think there's 3 on each side, hold the windshield molding clips. And then these are the headliner aluminum molding. So that was step 1, is getting the bows out, marking them, pulling all the staples out. Next I'm going to screw the tack strip and then hang the headliner. I don't know if I'm going to do any stapling today. Might just hang it. But really, once you hang it, there isn't a whole lot of, let me go around. There really isn't a whole lot of pulling and stapling from what I see. I've done one of these before. Because your bow is going to end up here. So you have material that you stretch from here. Not a big stretch. Mainly you'd be stretching here, 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 not much stretch, and then so you're stretching in between the bows. Here, if I remember right, was the hardest part, trying to get it without any wrinkles, because the tack strip stops here. So you would pull it here, you try and pull it around, and then find your holes for your headliner. So I don't think it's very hard. It's just time-consuming and tedious work, but I think we'll be all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw in the tack strip on the front and back and on the sail panels, and then hang it in here and see what we got. So stay tuned for part 2. Alright, still Saturday 22nd. It's been about 2 hours and I got all the tack strip done. So as you can see, it's just screwed in. I mean, the factory was stapled in. So what I did was, you got to pull all the staples out so you have a nice flush surface, which is tedious because they're rusted and they're stuck in there, but just a flathead screwdriver and a pair of pliers gets them out. And then what I did was I used the hole from the staple as a pilot hole for my screws. And on the tack strip I used which ones? Let's see. It was a number 6 1/2-inch sheet metal screws. Hardware store, like $2 for 100 of them. So I got all the tack strips done in here. And then over there, doubled up on the roof rail, worked around the headliner screws. Went through it on there, went through it on here, went through it on here, which that's just the only way they would go. So the tack strips are done. Like I say, my 3/8 crown, 1/4 inch leg staples work really good on this. I did a few test runs, and I think it's going to make stapling the headliner really easy with this new fresh tack strip. So right now I'm just going to hang the headliner and see what it looks like. Might start stapling, might not. Might do it tomorrow. But that's pretty much it. Like I say, this took about 2 hours. So you use the staples. The staple hole is a pilot hole for your drill bit. You just go a little bit bigger. I don't know what size drill, just something that works with that number 6 screw. And about every other staple, I think, I drilled out for a sheet metal screw. And new tack strip. Like I say, the original one is so brittle. I mean, it just crumbles out. You just move it and it just crumbles out and falls apart. So I put some in here. I need to put some over there on that door. I think I have enough. So that's about it. New tack strips. I believe the tack strip was $1.50 a foot. A box of sheet metal screws, and you have a brand new surface for your headliner. So stay tuned for the hanging of the headliner. Alright, so we got the headliner hung. Of course, there's a lot of wrinkles right now. This thing had been boxed up, folded up for almost 20 years. So just got it suspended right now. What I'm going to do is let it sit like this overnight. Come back in the morning or tomorrow and see how it looks. But overall, it's coming along okay. So stay tuned.